We're back. Once again, we're back. Hello, everyone. Hello. How's everyone doing?
Do you know what? One day we'll have enough subscribers who will all raise to their feet like that and start applauding. One day it will happen.
Anyway, let me get to the intro. So welcome, everyone. Welcome. And Kish, bear with me here. I'm going to try a little something. Welcome to the show that makes you laugh while you do your tasks. The show that makes you crack a grin while vacuuming. The show that makes you hold a smile while you fold a pile. The show that makes you dream and think while you clean the sink. The show that gives you more while you mop the floor. And finally, the show that brings you Arj and Kish while you wipe a dish. Welcome to the deep breath SIUUUPLEX Podcast.
Oh my. Can you play the applause noise one more time?
All right, I can do that.
Wow.
That's enough.
Okay.
Don't want to blow my own horn here.
I'm going to leave the intros to you next time. For sure.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe I'll do that every episode. Who knows? But anyway, welcome everyone to SIUUUPLEX Podcast. You know what, Kish? I think this quick recap, just for people who might be joining and haven't seen our previous episodes. What do we do real quick? We think of funny scenarios and imagine footballers and wrestlers in them. We each pick the best and worst of each category. So best footballer, worst footballer, best wrestler, worst wrestler. And we try to justify it and have a right old laugh in doing so. So sometimes the conversations get a bit serious, even though they don't need to be. And sometimes it's just and we're thinking on our feet, by the way. There's no planning here. It's live television, folks. It's live television. So yeah, that's what we do. And normally, traditionally, we start off with a question of the day. And Kish, I think I'm going to beat you to it, because even if you have a question in store, I've got one for you.
Go for it. You've blown me away with this intro. So over to you, player.
I've probably had one too many teaspoons of caffeine today.
It's working.
Yeah. So what talent do you wish you were born with? What talent do you wish you had? Actually, I'm not even going to suggest anything. I want to see what you come up with.
Oh, God.
Talent or skill? Let's say, talent or skill.
Oh, skill. Okay. I wish. That's a really tough one, but a really good one. I think talent would be having a photographic memory. I think that would take me far. So like reading books really fast and reciting like everything from that book or whatever, or a program or a film or whatever, just like having that, because then you just sponge information really quickly. Like academically, that would have been a breeze.
But is that a real talent? Is that real? Or is that like a superpower?
No, it's a talent. Like some people are like that. They can just read things and, like you're revising, they go over your notes. Like people just read it once and they sponge it first time. Like, but I'm talking about big, books or journals, whatever. Like it doesn't have to be books even. It just can be things you've watched, things you've seen, things you can recite and recall, like just having a kind of a really good photographic memory. I'm just thinking of it like it would just help you throughout your life and be very
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, in case you're interested, my one real quick is to have that side of the brain that can play instruments and learn languages easily and efficiently. I haven't got that side of the brain. My side of the brain that does that is weak. I'm more on the I'm on the creative side, even though that requires creativity in itself. I lack that kind of logic to learn languages quickly and pick up instruments. I wish I could do that.
So that's it. That's a photographic memory would help with that, definitely. If you think about it.
Maybe. Anyway, on to the tombola.
I have a feeling this is your episode today, Arch. It's got your name on it.
Maybe I've gassed out and used all my energy. I've peaked too early. Let's see.
Let's go. Ha! Best, worst person to sit next to on a flight.
Oh, wow. We've all got experience on this one. And we all know what we like and don't like. All right.
Ooh.
Should we start with wrestling?
What did we start with last time?
I think we started with footballers last time.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Okay, best wrestler, worst wrestler. Okay, first of all, did you say long haul flight? Did you say that in the scenario?
All right, let's create. I'll add a bolt on to this one. Let's say it's about 6-7 hours.
Let's just say long haul because that's obviously exaggerates the scenario. So long haul.
Yeah.
So 10 plus hours, let's say.
Fair.
All right, cool. So best wrestler, you're looking for someone who's ideally hygienic.
Got one.
Okay, go on. I was going to intro, but go on.
Yeah, sorry, man. You're on a bit of a roll, but got one. Think you know me.
Edge.
Yeah.
Really, really good one. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Edge would be great. He's just full of personality. Like, he's really cool. He's had a cool career. Like, if you were a young wrestling fan, and you asked him, Edge, walk me through your career in 5 minutes, he'd have the coolest backstory to tell you. He's been through it all.
He would need way more than 5 minutes, man. He's done so much.
Exactly. Like, he'll just be like, so where can I begin? If I can start at the beginning, this is where I feel that most of my career was born. I entered the ring, and my brother Christian came along too. Oh, it was good. It was really good. And then we became tag team champions. But after that, things got worse.
I don't know where you're going with this impression.
But yeah.
That sounds a bit more like Attitude Era Edge, a little bit like Geeky Edge. A little bit.
Yeah. When he goes,
let's go sleep.
With an action sequence. Yeah. Anyway, point being, he was just good at everything. He was good at selling moves. He was good at performing the moves. He was good on the mic. He was he had the like a really good ring attire, really good entrance, amazing theme music. Like, he's just an all rounder. And I don't know if you remember Edge's return. Was it after 9 years, if I'm not mistaken? After 9 years. Of
course I remember his return. He's returned more than once, but you mean the most recent one?
The most recent one, where he returned after like 9 years, I think.
Yeah, I think it might have even been longer. But you say
the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. You've used the word "was" a lot. Like, he's still doing it. That's the crazy thing.
Exactly. But I mean, the legacy continues. Like, he's his Royal Rumble entrance.
Anyway, that to a flight.
Yeah. So look, I've rambled on here, but he'll just be he's not too big, so he won't like take up too much of your seat. Edge is the type of person, like, if he fell asleep and his mouth was open, like catching flies, and his mouth was facing you, you wouldn't smell his breath. Like, you couldn't smell it. He just seems like someone whose mouth doesn't smell. He's got good hygiene, like you said. And if he's like ordering a drink from the air hostess, he goes, yeah, I'll have some of that liquor, and I'll have some for my buddy to my left, please. Like, he'll be really polite and courteous, and he would and like, if you're watching a movie, he'll just be like, hey, which movie are you watching? That looks cool. I might need to watch the same.
This is some weird Edge, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Anyway, long story short, Edge. I just think you wouldn't have any problems with him, and you'd end up shaking his hand after and saying, enjoy your holiday and nice to meet you.
You wouldn't, as you said, he's not that big, so you wouldn't have to sit on the edge of your seat.
Mate, I'd be at the edge of my seat. Yeah.
A random one before I go. Do you remember how Tony Chimmel, the ring announcer, so after Howard Finkel, there was Tony Chimmel.
Yeah.
The way he used to announce Edge of the Ring, he used to go, the Rated R Superstar Edge. The superstar is legendary. It's so legendary. There's a compilation on YouTube somewhere. It's so funny. His voice used to break.
You sound like Paul Heyman after a joint.
Oh, it was Tony Chimmel, man, legend. Anyway, I like that one. Yeah, he's a chill guy. I've listened to his podcast. He just seems like and he is just an all-round nice guy. I like it.
Yeah.
So with me, I don't do particularly well on flights. I can't sleep on flights. So
I've sat next to you so many times on a flight.
I hate flights, right? The problem is, I I can't fall asleep, so I might need to take melatonin tablets. That basically is the sleep drug. But if I don't have access to that, I won't fall asleep. So I need to be entertained somehow. Movies you can only watch so much. So on that note, I'm gonna pick Xavier Woods from The New Day.
Okay, nice.
And the reason I say that is if you look on his Twitter and his Instagram and his YouTube channel, he has all the gaming gadgets in one little suitcase that he takes on a flight. He's got his portable Switch, Nintendo Switch. He's got PS5 that can connect like to a monitor. He's got like, all these little gizmos and gadgets, and he can just play gaming on the go. And he's got that with him all the time because, as I said, he's a YouTuber, so he creates content as well. So he's always got to carry all this on the go. So if you're next to him, the flight is gonna fly by, no pun intended, because you're just gonna be playing games, and he's gonna have all these. He's gonna be, hey, look at this, man, look at this. I got this, I got you. Yeah, come play some multiplayer Mario Kart, whatever, right? It's gonna be an entertaining flight, and he's also a nice guy as well. He's a face. He's an all-round happy, funny guy. He likes his pranks a bit, so maybe that might, be a bit annoying after a while. Maybe he won't let you sleep, but I think overall, it'll just be really fun to sit next to.
He's a big dude, isn't he? He's massive, isn't he? As in, like, not fat. He's like,
he's quite big. Yeah, he's quite big, but not like where his wide shoulders like would not let you sit. Like he's big, but his body is normal, but his arms are huge. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
He's not like a triangle.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of things, but there's nothing you can really. He's one of those people you can't. There's enough. It's not really a bad word you can say.
Yeah.
So
you agree with it?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
It's the new day. Yes, it is.
Good one. All right. That was nice and swift. Next one. Worst.
Yeah, go on. Go for it.
Okay, so I've got one, and it's there is no explanation. So this is the first time in Suplex history that I've got a selection where there's no justification, because it entirely, wholeheartedly, wholesomely, totally speaks for itself. You ready?
Oh, I'm interested now.
Brodus Clay.
Oh my God, Funkasaurus! Somebody call my mama.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I forgot what he was known as after, because he branched out. He stopped being Brodus Clay. He was like a bit more serious after a while. But you're talking about the Brodus Clay, like when he's dancing and that, yeah.
Yeah, man. Somebody call my mama. Yeah. Can't be dealing with it, mate. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not even talking. I don't care about hygiene. I can't talk about hygiene. You don't know it, but oh my God, like you wouldn't be able to. You'd be sitting at a slant for the whole flight, and it just seems like someone that breathes really loudly. Has like weird requests, like you got any toothpicks, like or something, like just,
What?
yeah, they're like weird. You know when you call the air host, like he's someone that will press. You know, you press the button to alert the hostess. Like you press that button, he goes ding. Like he looks like someone that will just continuously press it and ask for really silly things. Got a napkin back there or something?
You think because he's quite restless, isn't it? So he just can't sit still and just mind his own business.
Yeah, he's fidgety. Something needs to be attended to, whether it's hygiene, like something's in the teeth, he needs to blow his nose, or, something. Like, he's just always got something that he can't sit still. You're right, absolutely right. Anyway.
Well, that's his name again. I forgot. That's it. I remember Tyrus. He's known as Tyrus.
Is it Tyrus? Yeah.
I don't know if he's still wrestling. I'll be honest. He probably is. He's in the Indies or something. I don't know where he is. Or he might have quit. Brodus is so good. Brodus Clay.
Yeah. Absolutely nightmare. Speaks for itself, right?
Yes, that's really good.
Especially when your theme song is "Somebody Call My Mama." Like, what? Come on, like that means he needs something, innit? Finish your call your mum. Like he's going to need things all the time. Like he's just dependent on things. He can't sit. He won't have like his own snacks, or he'll
just. Such a stretch. That's such a stretch.
I know, and I'm trying to justify.
It justifies itself. The biggest point, no pun intended. He's also very big and fat.
Yeah, That's the main one.
All right, that's actually a perfect segue to my worst. I'm going to go with Lord Tensai, a.k.a. Prince Albert.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he popped into my head as well. That guy's like Velcro, man.
There's so much to say here. First of all, he's huge. He's muscular, but he's also very fat. He's carrying a lot of blubber, right?
Yeah.
Secondly, he sweats like a pig. I'm rubbing shoulders against him. You know, that sweat going through his shirt, through my shirt, into my skin. That would probably happen. Like the sweat from his skin, you know, transitioning through both our clothing to my skin, it will happen, right? There's that. Thirdly, he's extremely hairy. So I'm going to see throughout that 10+ hour flight, hair on the floor, hair on my seat, you know, mixed with the sweat, like the wet, sweaty hair touching my arm. Nah, fuck that, man. I can't. No way. Because he sweats, he probably stinks, with all due respect. Also, he's got, you know, he's called Prince Albert for a reason. I don't know if he's got his cock pierced or not. But
come on. Yeah, but yeah, I know where you're going with that. Yeah,
but it's called a Prince Albert, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
But he's got everything else pierced, like his nose, his ears, his tongue, you know, just for me, like I've got, you know, an ear pierce, but it's that many piercings, that's just surely hygiene, or, you know, it's just dangerous on the flight.
What's that?
No, imagine he falls asleep and then he kind of leans over and he accidentally falls on you, and one of his piercings like pierces you. I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm a bit more worried about the clammy. It would be a clammy flight. That's the only thing.
There's so many, and you know, like let's say you're having an in-flight meal and like you just don't finish it. You just look at you, be like, you gonna eat that? Can I have that? Like he's gonna proper. He'll eat all your food, and he'll be constantly eating throughout. Like you'll be sleeping, and all you hear is. He's just chewing something next to you watching a film, but he's got his earphones on, so he doesn't realize how loud he's chewing.
Yeah, anyway. I think these big dudes probably make a lot of noise without realizing it. Can you imagine it was this stag do, and like everyone on the flight goes, Albert, just like this monotone Albert for 6 hours of the flight.
Do you remember he used to be part of TNA?
Yeah, with Trish.
It was Test and Albert, innit?
Test and Albert, yeah.
But do you know why it was called TNA? It was like a pun. It was a pun on a pun.
No. What was it?
Tits and ass.
Yeah. No, I remember. God, he's the furthest thing away from. Oh, he's probably got tits.
Albert, man. I can't really do impression. I mean, fair enough. He does a lot of developmental work now with NXT and WWE's developmental system. So all credit to him. But man, he's gonna eat all of your snacks, and man, you're gonna finish that. No, he's.
Did he have a travel buddy on the road?
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Sorry for whoever that was. Can you imagine it was Trish?
It's probably Test, yeah.
Test. Well, yeah, that is a good one.
That's mine. So we've done best and worst wrestlers, right?
Yes, we have. That's the rest we've done.
Okay, footballers now. So
KTHYT, by the way.
For those of you who don't know, that's Kish's famous expression. I say famous. I'd say more annoying. Keen to hear your thoughts. As I said, if he has a son, like another child, he should name them Robbie or Roy.
We'll let you figure out why.
Anyway, shall I start then, considering you start with wrestlers?
This is your show, man. You've stolen it.
Steal the show like Ziggler?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I have, but...
oh, God, he'd be a great one to sit next to. Anyway, go
on. I'm going to go with... So I was thinking someone fun, but then like Xavier, but then I think footballers, like I know it sounds I'm really stereotyping, but I think they're fun but immature. Like Xavier is fun, but he's not. I don't think if you were to talk to him, he wouldn't be immature. I think some of the footballers are still really young and immature.
Yeah.
So on that note, I'm gonna go with. Screw it. I'm not going to overthink this one. I'm going to go with Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, wicked one. That's probably the best one. You know what? Yeah, go on. You say why. You say why.
I just think, I think he's a bit like Xavier. He has a lot of gizmos on him, like he'll have his earphones, but he has like those really high tech ones. So he'll be able to share an earphone with you if you wanted to listen to his music. And you can imagine him just having like a good playlist, right? So you got Rashford from an entertainment side. I think he can have a laugh if he wants to, but he's not over the top. He's not over the top. When you want to, he'll do it. Maybe he'll have a drink with you during 1 hour of the flight, but then he'll go sleep and allow you to sleep. And then if you want to have a deep talk, the guy's been through so much. Look at all his stuff with mental health awareness and all the stuff he's been through in his career. He's got an MBE. He's done all that stuff for kids' school lunches, school dinners. Amazing. Like what a portfolio this guy's built in and out of the pitch, or on and off the pitch, I should say. So I just think it'd be a delight to sit next to.
Yeah, he's well rounded. He'll let you sleep. Like he won't play planks on you. Like he would, like if the air says like, "Can you pass any rubbish?" Like he'll pick the rubbish from your thing and put it for you.
Oh my, that's a good one. You can imagine he's probably a good boy, innit? Like let's say you're sleeping on the flight and like he notices you nodding off. He'll quickly, like before your head hits the seat, he'll quickly put the pillow behind your head.
Yeah. He's like, he'll save you, like, look after you. And if you're sleeping, he'll be like, here you go. Oh, just order one for him. If that's all right. Yeah. Like he'll just order a tray for you. Like, yeah, he's just a good guy. He's just like really genuine. Like he can't say anything more.
Like, let's say like it's getting cold on the flight and like you're fast asleep. And he notices like you're cold, but like you're so tired you don't bother to adjust yourself. He'll just like neaten up the blanket for you, put it over your shoulders a bit more. He might even put on your in-flight socks on for you. Like he's just a good guy.
Good socks.
Good guy, Rashford, man. He's just a good guy.
And then like during like landing, like when the plane's about to land or take off, like he gets a bit of anxiety and he puts his finger to his head, like it just closes his eyes.
I'll be joining him, mate.
That'll be so funny. Yeah, that's a good one. You can't. Oh, I think you top that one,
Marcus.
That's just like it's just an honor, isn't it? To sit next to him. Oh, all right. So my one is kind of on that level, but I think you've done well with that one. I was going to say Darren Bent.
Okay.
Darren Bent. Yeah, if you let me listen to him on. Well, Talk Sport, we'll see, but he's like Xavier Woods in the sense like he loves gaming and loves like music, like hip hop era, like the kind of era that I lived in. Basically, if you before you listen to Talk Sport out there, he makes references to it all the time and almost like shows off that he knows about it. If that makes sense, any songs that play, he'll reference it anyway. But he'll be good to have a conversation with. Yeah, he's just quite open about football as well. He's got a personality, very opinionated about football. But yeah, just someone to let you chill. He's the kind of person that'll just have headphones on the whole flight, and he won't bother you unless you talk to him, that kind of thing. He'll be like,
if it's a long haul flight, surely you want to sort of love thy neighbour. You want to get to know them a bit, right?
Yeah, he would though. That's the thing. Like he wouldn't just. He could just sit there with his headphones in, but he would be willing to talk to you, and you wouldn't get pissed off, and you wouldn't feel like you're pissing him off either. He'll be like...
I find him a little bit annoying on TalkSport, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, that's because you're listening to him constantly for like 4 hours, like with Andy Godsey.
I don't know. Even in the 1 or 2 minute YouTube clips, it's just... I don't know, the way he expresses stuff, his voice, I don't know. I think it would grate on me.
Xavier's Arsenal fan, yeah? Xavier's Arsenal fan. Actually, do you mind... Sorry, do you mind if I get food? Just go to the toilet. Cheers. Yeah. Is that a meat option? Is there chicken in there or lamb? Oh, ask for pork. I should go back and ask for pork. The thing is, Arsenal, yeah, players are under strict dietary conditions. And I have to make sure I eat properly. Otherwise, yeah.
See, this is already frustrating. This is already annoying.
You won't say that, though. You would never.
It's so annoying.
You don't even know who you are. Can you pass my bag? Pass my bag, please.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I could do it, man. I don't agree with this one.
He would. He'd be fine. I'm giving.
You know that analogy you just put, like he's got his headphones on the whole flight, but if you want to talk to him, he will. I can already think of someone who would be better in that example than him. And I would say like Saka. Saka is someone who would be better in that same scenario than him.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah,
Although,
there's a few people, like you could say
Saka,
Sterling, you could say, I don't know, Mason Mount. Like I'm just thinking like if you were rocking up, you're sitting next to someone and that feeling of, fuck, I hope I'm sitting next to some like smelly fat man or something like that. And then you see Darren Bent, you're like, okay, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess he's more our era as well, but because like these footballers like Saka and that they're a lot younger, so maybe we won't be able to relate as much. But still, I don't know.
Yeah.
I find it annoying.
Yeah. It will just press the button calling for an air hostess. Excuse me, miss, have you got any butter? Yeah. It could get annoying, actually. Could get annoying. Nah, but I think on the whole, I think you've won that one anyway. In all fairness.
Good on Marcus. All right. So opposite of Rashford then is my thoughts on who I'm going to pick for worst. It's like literally the opposite of Rashford, at least in theory. I'm going to go for Luis Suarez.
I was thinking of that one.
So I don't know. On the pitch, and I could just his face and his mannerisms. Maybe I'm completely wrong. So
face.
We're just judging a book by its cover. But also on the pitch, I just think he's a selfish person. He's selfish, right?
He seems it.
He seems it. So it's like the opposite of Rashford. Like he wouldn't put the blanket covering your shoulders. He wouldn't put the in-flight socks over your feet. He wouldn't order an extra tray for you. You know what I mean? And like, if there's, let's say that the air hostess comes, hi, Suarez first. Hi, sir. We've got the chicken or the lamb or the cheese. Actually, unfortunately, we've only got one more chicken. And like he's next to you, he wouldn't even look to you. Oh, do you want it? He wouldn't even do that. He'd just be like, "No, I'll take chicken. I'll take chicken." He wouldn't even give it to you. He wouldn't even offer you, right? He's that kind of sort of selfish, sort of neighbor that I would hate to sit next to. Also, like this is so dread. Like this is so rude, but he's got quite the set of teeth, right? And he's one of those.
Go on, I know this is going.
He's one of those people that when it's like dead quiet on the plane, even though the plane is loud in itself, but let's say it's the middle of the night, it's dead quiet. Just when he's watching a film, like when your gums and your lips kind of like he's just had a drink of water, so his teeth are wet. It's got a wet sort of lubricant on his teeth, and then he makes this noise. Yeah, that was
so fucking annoying.
That was proper ASMR in it.
Yeah, on these mics.
It's like he's just had a glass of water and then he's watching a film and he's unaware of the noises he's making, and he just basically kind of opens his mouth or kind of refolds his lips just to adjust them, and he just makes that noise. And I imagine that happening so many times. But for fuck's sake, stop it! Like that.
Yeah. You just throw some water in his face. Like I know what you mean. It's just he's one of those people that will have the headphones on and will keep laughing to himself. And you look and you open your eye, you just take literally just while he's sleeping, you just open your eye and you see like these buck teeth like smiling while he's laughing, like at every scene. And then you watch what he's watching. He's watching some like stupid movie, and you're like, stop fucking laughing.
Well, do you know what? You say headphones. I'll actually imagine the opposite now. He's one of those people. You know those people who just have no self-awareness. They play stuff loudly through their phone.
Yeah. Oh, you think he's
one of them. He'll play it. He'll probably laugh. He's probably selfish. Take the last chicken sandwich. Yeah. And obviously everything that happened on his football career, as you're not United fans, but also I'm not a fan of him as well. So I think that's a bit of bias there. So sorry for any Liverpudlians or Liverpool fans.
No, don't be sorry.
No, I think just for the benefit of this podcast, isn't it? Like they don't listen to this to get abused by one of their prolific strikers,
Nah.
But also he went to Atletico Madrid, and I hate Atletico. That's another team who I really hate.
I actually like Atletico.
I hate them so much. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole as to why I hate Atletico. So I just hate. Hate's a strong word. I'm not a fan of Suarez, and then all of these mannerisms, I'm just assuming from his footballing career, and also just judging a book by its cover.
I mean, the other thing I wanted to ask you actually is that we don't know what he sounds like, and we don't know how he talks, because he doesn't actually. I don't think he speaks English. Like, why would he annoy you then? So why would he annoy you? I know you mentioned like I know you talked about the saliva, but come on,
No, I said everything else. I said the selfish stuff as well.
Yeah, I mean,
and also the type of guy that play it from his phone. You just, and you can just tell he's not a very. I don't think he's a people person either. So if you did try to warm to him, let's just say he could speak English, I don't think he'd really want to know. He'd be like, I'm watching.
But when you like that though, wouldn't you prefer if someone was just like not? You can just get on with your own thing, right? You don't have to like, you're not pressured into socializing. Or do you like? Are you the type that likes to socialize?
I like elements of both. So because we're talking long haul flight, 10 hours plus, like I said with Rashford, or Xavier, they can bring some entertainment, but then they'll chill, do their own thing, and if you want to sleep, you can sleep, whatever.
Yeah,
there's an assortment of things happening. It's not just he's going to keep his headphones on and keep to himself the whole entire 10 plus hours. That would just be extremely boring. Then you want to at least. I've been in flights where I've been in a 4 or 3 seater, and I've sat next to 2 strangers, and because I've just been watching a film, they've started a conversation, and I've taken my headphones off, and I'm listening to 2 strangers talk about what they do, and it's like, this is really nice. I want to get involved. And then by the time I thought to get involved, we started landing. So I like to be in there, and it's nice to see 2 strangers talking, because it's just like, it helps the time go by. You meet a new person in the world, and I just don't think Suarez is that guy.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I just don't think he'll be that bad because he's not the most vocal. Anyway, yeah, right. You're talking more about mannerisms then, as opposed to okay.
And there's probably some biasness as well. There's probably some biasness.
Oh yeah, that I agree with completely. Well, from my.
Oh, here we go. Another fat manager incoming.
No, I've tried my best to stay away from that. Although I love doing them. I just love doing the impressions. But for me, it's down the Suarez route as well. Going to go with Mascherano.
Oh my God, he's proper, yeah, man. Oh, I know he's that caliber of player, isn't it?
He's just, he fits that profile so well. Like
Javier Mascherano. Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think what it's one thing that gets me most about this guy, is his smile. Worse than Suarez's smile. It's a really like, I've done something. I've really fucked you up. I've really done you in on this one, and you don't know what he's done you in on. Like he's just all around scum, isn't he? Like especially was it at Liverpool.
That's so harsh, man.
Yeah, he was. He's a scum. Do you remember what? Forget Fergie. Fergie made a joke about him, but it was just like he was just really dirty. Like he'll get physical, get stuck in, and look, players like that, right? We all like that, but this guy had different intentions. And you think about him sitting on a flight. I think he can have a lot of similarities to your last to Suarez. He'll have that ASMR saliva.
I was just going to say, would he have the?
Yeah, he would. But if you're in a cabin, like, and you can hear like a plane, like, it's obviously like that white noise. You're not going to hear it, to be fair. But yes, he'll probably have that. It'd just be annoying to sit next to. He just looks really scummy. Like he doesn't look. I don't know if hygienic is the word, but he just doesn't look like someone that you would say, Javier, oh yeah, my God, can't wait to speak to this guy, hear about his life story. What a career this guy must have had. I can't wait to sit down, take off, spend the next 6 hours. Nah, man, he is not that kind of guy. I think in your case, Suarez is, we know what he's like, right? He's selfish, as you quite rightly put. He's dirty, he's gritty. He's always got something under his sleeve. He doesn't care about you, and he's uncourteous, unprofessional. I think Mascherano, and I think you might have won with Suarez in this one, by the way, but Mascherano, he does his dirtiness on the pitch and almost translates to what he's like in real life. Like he used to make dirty fouls. He used to tug shirts. He used to pinch. He used to like slap. He used to like, elbow you, all this stuff. He's a dirty bastard. You can imagine like when you're sleeping, accidentally your leg just like kind of limps onto his side or your shoulder or you whatever, and he'll just nudge you. He'll like barge you, and then you look at him, but he won't look back at you. He'll just pretend nothing's happened. He's that kind of scummy guy.
When you were little, like if your knee touches his knee, like he just hits you with his knee. Like,
yeah. knocks it kind of thing. And it's just disgusting. Like, he just has no courtesy. Like, you say, excuse me, I just need to go to the bathroom, and you'll have to ask him 3 times because he'll hope that you'll stop asking him after the second time. He's that type of person. Do you understand?
I know we're all generalizing, we're all assuming, but the thing is with Mascherano, yes, he was so dirty on the pitch and all of that, but like ultimately, he was good at his role. But I don't think that translates to real life. Like Suarez, you see it in real life as well. I don't see it with Mascherano. I think he's actually probably introverted in real life.
Yeah. So to your point as well, like, actually, no, I don't know if you mentioned this. Obviously, the whole thing with Suarez and Evra, right? So that there's an element of racism behind in there.
Well, it's controversial, depends.
Well, it must be, right? Obviously, it was a whole thing. This whole blew up in the media and everything. So if you're different to him, you're always going to have that underlining, kind of feeling of kind of uncomfortable feeling that, is this guy being awkward towards me because of, I don't know who I am, color my skin. I don't know. Like it will just cross your mind, wouldn't it? So I think that's one to add into your basket. But Mascherano, I think did they play together while at Barcelona? Mascherano and Suarez.
I don't know about Barca. Well, yeah, they're both Liverpool and Barca, weren't they? Crazy. But Mascherano was with like when Torres was there.
And Gerrard, obviously Gerrard, yeah. You're right. So, don't know. God, they're both from the same breed, and cut of cloth as well. Yeah, I think they're both
Argentinian, right?
Suarez is Uruguay.
Yeah, I know Suarez is Uruguayan, but Mascherano's Argentinian, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So South American as well. Bloody hell. Yeah. So
You know what's funny? So just before you move on, this same sort of description, I also thought of another one that I was going to say, but then I didn't, and that was Carlos Tevez, and he's also that same that same kind of ilk. Like he's also shares those similarities, and he's South American, Argentinian. And he's got the same sort of mannerisms, I feel, but I didn't say him. I also even thought of, in more modern days, Diaz. You know Diaz?
Oh, okay.
Liverpool.
Oh, yeah. Luis Diaz.
Yeah. He's just got that selfish nature. But anyway, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. But yeah, I thought of these kind of players. It's interesting. Like all of these sort of players came into my head.
Yeah, it's interesting. But the interesting thing is we don't know what they're like in real life, but we can build their personality by their behaviours on the pitch.
Yeah, more or less, exactly.
That's good. Yeah, that is good. Yeah, so there we have it.
That's it. So we've done our picks. So normally we, in the earlier episodes, we used to say, we used to vote and go through them and see who done better. But we leave it to the comments, Just if you fancy it, have a crack in the comments. Who done better on each pick? And, feel free to suggest your own. Did we miss out any screamers, any obvious ones? Obviously, like I said, we're thinking from the top of our heads here. So not an easy task, but a fun one at that. So I would be, as Kish says, keen to hear your thoughts as to who you think would be best in these scenarios, or West.
I've got a little game, actually, before we sign off. Go through each of them, as we do, but just rate them out of 10.
Okay, quickly. So, best wrestler, I said
Xavier.
I said Xavier.
And I said Edge.
Ooh, okay.
You rate mine, I rate yours.
Okay. I'll give yours 7.58.
Okay. I'll give yours an 8, because I think the whole gaming side of him is...
Okay. So worst, I said... I can't remember.
Albert. You said Albert. I said Brodus Clay.
Okay, your Brodus. I'm gonna say 6, and I think a large portion of that 6 is based on his weight. All the rest was speculation. Well, not his weight, but his size.
I think you're saying it because he's got no hair, and Albert's got fucking loads of it. I think Albert definitely wins that. I think Albert's oh my god, I feel 8.5. No way. You imagine if he goes for an in-flight shit as well. He ain't. Yeah, he's not gonna fit in that bloody cubicle. How's he gonna shit properly? He'll come back and he'll just the seat will smell. Yeah, okay. No. Yeah, you win that one, 100%.
And then best footballer, I said Rashford. You said
Arsenal.
Who did you say?
Arsenal.
Oh, Darren Bent. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to give yours a 4.
What?
I don't think it's that good. I'm already annoyed by your impression.
That's because I kept doing it. I'm sure. Okay, I can't get annoyed with Rashford. It's like, oh god. Yeah, Rashford for me. I'll give it a 9 even. Give it a 9.
Wow, I mean that's overly generous, but okay.
Yeah, well, you talk about who's the best person to sit next to. Okay, think of someone better.
I'm not doing that. That's not.
No, that's what I'm saying, innit? Like, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sure there's others, but anyway.
I don't know. I can't feel it better than Rashford. I love Rashford. So yeah. Yeah, Marcus Bent 4. It's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh.
I'm sticking with 4. And then worst, I said Suarez, and you said Mascherano.
Yeah.
Mascherano, I'm giving a 5.
Oh god, seems like you wouldn't mind sitting next to him.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Okay. Suarez is dirty anyway. I don't like him. I don't think he's dirty, as in I don't think he's like Prince Albert poo dirty, but I think he's personality dirty. Suarez, yeah, no, I think you've won that one. You've won all of them. Actually, I might have won the first one.
You did say it was my episode.
It is your episode, so yeah, got to hand it to you. Yeah,
before we sign off, I'm going to leave you with this gift.
Yes. Especially after a long flight, he slept for about 8 hours, and then he opens his mouth and the string is slow. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, bonus play, ma'am. You got any mouth rinse? Smell.
Go on, take it away.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. On to the next one. We'll let Aj do the intro next time. Actually, Aj, do the outro as well. This is your episode.
Cheers. I'm honoured. Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the feedback, the likes, comments, all of that.
Shares,
all of that. But yeah, stay tuned next time for the SIUUUPLEX Podcast.
Laters.
Thank you. Bye.